Hello, hello. It's a wonderful ONPASSIVE day here in North Carolina, and I sincerely wish blessing upon you wherever you are. You know, even those watching from a distance can see our founder numbers have been growing at a phenomenal rate for the last few months, and that means there's tons of new founders, so it's really important for all of us to know that the path we're on is completely by design. And this is to say, there's nothing done in ONPASSIVE by chance or luck. It's all been created through hard work and determination with purpose and resolve. And today we can go over some of the things to help us understand the paradigm shift that is ONPASSIVE by understanding our direction, what a paradigm is, what AI with heart is, and why ONPASSIVE is going to be so disruptive. And we'll fill in the lattice work, in a way, with other stuff as we go. So as a starter, let's show a couple of things here that everybody needs to know about, namely the ONPASSIVE logo and vision statement. We did this on Lynn and Ron's Friday Night Live last week, but I believe it bears repeating because of the response that we got. So, if we look at the globe here, it represents that we operate globally. The intermittent blue design, the digital pattern, stands for AI. The color-connected figures represent people, and that we're all multicultural and connected. When you look at the ON in the word ONPASSIVE, you can see that it's bolded, meaning that we're active. The non-bolded word passive indicates ease, a done-for-you system, as it were. The orange V stands for a check mark, and that indicates correction and completion. It also represents arms and hands raised in victory, and the red dot forms the head of that figure and also represents a red LED power indicator showing that we are all fired up. Now let's take a look at the vision statement. I'm going to read it even though it's right here. ONPASSIVE is the ultimate, complete, and unique digital marketing platform that ensures everyone succeeds, regardless of their backgrounds or ability, by offering the simplest environment with the higher standards and the most value while sustaining the benefits of a global stimulus plan. In reading this, it's easy to gloss over how generous the company really is and how it provides the means for founders and members to live in abundance and guarantees our success. Now, some of you may remember, after several months of challenges, Mr. Mufara said, and I quote, "We finally got it right," unquote. That was in April of 2019. The logo and the vision statement were developed shortly after that. Now, if you look at these, there's 3 words and there's 2 phrases that I want to draw your attention to. The word ultimate is an adjective that means the best achievable or imaginable of its kind. The word complete is also an adjective meaning having all the necessary or appropriate parts, and the word unique describes ONPASSIVE as being the only one of its kind, unlike anything else. There's a phrase, digital marketing platform, and that is a marketing platform that's a tool. It links marketers and consumers via the internet and online-based digital technologies so that we can build awareness, engagement, and community. The first goal of this is to enable companies to build relationships with consumers. The second part is to enable companies to convert those consumer prospects to customers and provide products and services to them. The second phrase is stimulus package, and this is a group of incentives typically used by governments in various countries to stimulate or vitalize or revitalize, as the case may be, an economy. As most visions do, our vision defines the outcome of our journey. Using some of the definitions we just saw, I could state or restate, as the case may be, the vision like this. ONPASSIVE is the best achievable business of its kind that has all the necessary and appropriate parts to constitute a digital marketing platform that is unlike anything else, so that it ensures everybody succeeds, regardless of their backgrounds or ability, by offering the simplest environment with the highest standards and the most value, and while sustaining benefits to stimulate personal and global economic growth. Voila! That is quite a statement. And with that, we can see that there was serious thought going into the design of the logo and the vision statement, right? So right now, let's take a look at what it means to change a paradigm. So, a paradigm is just an example. It's a model or a standard. A paradigm shift is a fundamental change in approach or in the underlying assumptions for those models. Now, when we talk about ONPASSIVE, we're actually talking about shifting or changing the approach used, right? Changing the core principles of operations in at least two paradigms. We're talking about changing one, the current internet distribution model that dictates how internet resources are pooled from different sources to create an online presence, and two, changing the current business model by changing the core philosophies in businesses that establish the guidelines for what we intend to do. Right now, it's safe to say that the current business model is to create and keep wealth for its owners and a few, that are associated with them. As such, its core operating philosophies are based on products and profit. We can also say that the current online model, the way of doing things online, is to find products and services from a wide range of vendors and then consolidate them into a functioning online presence. For example, if we start with a product to create a website, right, which we can go to any number of places to get a domain, right, a domain provider, say GoDaddy or Wix or whatever, we can start a site. Then we can go get, say, a VPN or security package. Maybe we get it from IPVanish or funnels or landing page. Maybe we go to FunnelCake for that. We get bulk mailing. Maybe we go to Sendinblue for that. We get autoresponders, maybe from Drip, a financial app, to track finances from Payment Cloud, perhaps. Digital or mobile wallets for holding different currencies, right? Even in crypto. Maybe you go to BitPay for that. Marketing service, so we can get, customers, because we got to have traffic. You might go to Jump Crew. Video conferencing for meetings or trainings, whatever. You might go to GoToMeetings or WebEx. But you get the idea, right? And these are minimums. They're just basics. So to get set up, you have to go to a lot of different providers, install their services on your site. There usually aren't any new or fresh ones, right? I mean, hey, there's often secondhand or third party and low quality ones, and, well, we're still charged for each one. Hopefully they work, hopefully they can be properly installed, and hopefully they'll integrate with other software on and off the site. But any way you look at it, there are a lot to choose from. But even with just the basics, it can be expensive. Generally, it can be anywhere from, 2,000 or under up to 10,000. I mean, that's pretty average for small businesses, but they don't guarantee any success either. So yeah, welcome to the online space. Now, once we have an ISP, an internet service provider, right, we know that ONPASSIVE is going to provide everything else needed for an online presence. And my guess is, sooner rather than later, ONPASSIVE will also provide a more robust and less costly internet to us too. But hey, that's just my opinion. For now, though, ONPASSIVE product line, right, is one side of the ONPASSIVE coin. And these are real-world products that are superior to what's currently available, built to work together and to work with the platforms. ONPASSIVE is also a single provider with products that are all gathered under one roof and a lot less costly than similar products. We expect the cost to be, probably under $300 a month, but even at twice that, it's still a bargain. And we're talking about products that people use and need right now, right? Things like e-learning platform. ONPASSIVE has Academy. Crowdfunding. ONPASSIVE has OBless. A product to capture and edit images and videos online. We have OCapture. Web-based financial accounting software, OCounting. An emotionally intelligent smart bot, right, to engage your customers, OChat. A fully featured AI-powered HD webinar video conferencing platform, OConnect. AI-powered software to build fully featured high-quality websites, OCreate. A next-generation tool to edit and create images, logos, videos, GIFs, and a lot more, ODit. A domain name provider and secure hosting service, ODomain. AI-powered tool for managing marketing campaigns with analytics, OLead. Smart email applications, right, with organizational tools, unlimited storage, OMail. AI-powered social networking platform for business and pleasure, ONet. You see where I'm going with this stuff, right? I mean, we got lots of them. Listen on. There's a product to secure and automate business communications, OPeer. A fully featured email marketing software for marketers and B2B professionals, OPost. We have OShop to affordably deliver your brand with great products and customer service. OStaff to expertly organize company HR. We have OTracker for detailed tracking of site visitor IP addresses. OTrim to rename, shorten, customize, or track unwanted, long-tailed, or complex URLs. OVirtual, which is a VPN tool to secure your network anywhere in the world. OWallet is a multi-currency digital wallet with face recognition security, and the list goes on. There's a lot more that's not even listed here. Actually, OnPassive has several dozen or so products so far, each of them a department, each with potential as standalone unicorn companies. And to learn about these, just go to onpassive.com. You'll see them all there, and there's a lot of FAQs and other stuff you can look at. Mr. Mufarah's also got some inventions and other projects, for lack of a better word, that OnPassive has or is engaged in that will also generate huge amounts of profit for us. But the products, HI, automation, and innovation are the first side of OnPassive. On the second side, Mr. Ash Mufarah is still leading by example. In case anyone's wondering, one of his superpowers is heart vision, right? And with that, he's infused generosity into OnPassive so that we can look forward to putting our own brand of generosity into our own OnPassive business. And many of us have already been touched by that. Our hearts are more open and our thoughts have risen to reflect newfound hope that shines in us, and we share that with others. Well, that's my story. So yeah, take heart. It's a new day with new paradigms. And in this, we can appreciate that the timing of OnPassive is not accidental. We're not late. We're right on time for an opportunity to leave a legacy through compassionate action and a sound principle. An opportunity to begin lifting humanity through a passion factor digitally coded into our business structure to create AI with heart. And it's exactly that, Mr. Mufarah's AI with heart, that puts compassion and goodwill center stage. It puts kindness and generosity in front of success. And that is exactly what Mr. Mufarah has done here. Guaranteed our success. What we're seeing is a structure put in place for helping others that initiates the very paradigm shifts we're talking about. These structures are seen, in the most tangible sense anyway, in the compensation plan. It's through a very generous profit sharing that's executed through digital coding to decentralize the billions, eventually trillions with a T of dollars that is going to flow through OnPassive and use for the greater good of humanity, for lifting humanity. And that's the success that will be magnified through the catalytic effect of new energy. We're witnessing the evolution of business. So breathe easy. As Mr. Mufarah has said, quote, "You are about to be in the best shape of your lives," unquote. So to recap some of this, OnPassive is changing the online paradigm because our products include everything in one place. They're all integrated, automated, superior, and less expensive. We no longer have to go looking for products and paying for them separately and hope they work. OnPassive is changing the business paradigm through a form of benevolence too, through generosity in action. It's the flip side of OnPassive that we mentioned earlier, in that benevolence has also been purposefully put in the business structure. In doing that, by putting kindness and generosity in the model, right, the business model, compassionate action is set on autopilot through AI. Through this, OnPassive changes the second paradigm, the current business model, by changing the goals of business from making a few at the top of the business, so to speak, mega rich, to creating a global distribution mechanism to lift humanity into an abundance that already exists but has been withheld through greed and corruption. You've heard Mr. Mufarah say, quote, "We are the correction to the corruption," unquote, right? That means that we're here to help alleviate a multitude of injustices felt in every culture on the planet. And by that, I simply mean there is a desire, the will, and the resources through this company, or more specifically, through its CEO, Mr. Ash Mufarah, to see everyone in the world lifted to a reasonable standard of living, to have at least a minimum standard of food, clothing, shelter, and care. It's about using compassion as the basis for the action we take. More and more, as businesses and people come together in a compassionate way, they, like OnPassive, right, they're going to have goals that are no longer dictated by products and profits. That's going to change things. It changes the dynamics of the businesses, and it more completely changes the business model. When compassionate action is present and implemented in any company, it produces success. Man alive. Look at the extraordinary success that's already been achieved in OnPassive. We have an army of founders, well over 1 million. Each of us, some sooner than others, will be earning amounts sufficient to bless millions of people worldwide. And those numbers are going to be multiplied by millions, eventually billions, once we open to the public. So, OnPassive is something that we can all be extremely proud of. Even now, we're a remarkable company and we're making history at every turn. We're a company with heart, but without limits. There is nothing to even compare us to and nothing to compare with what we have in front of us. We're one of the biggest, most disruptive businesses that's ever existed in any sector. Why is that? Because we have everything anyone needs to be online and we have a heart for others. And we're talking about real world products that are in one place, fresher than and superior to anything that people use right now. No one has done that before, and no one has put goodwill and generosity at the center of business to decentralize wealth and lift humanity. So, yeah, we're changing the rules of business, the way it's being done, and disrupting everything around us. Anybody joining us is going to win. Anyone joining is going to be blessed and will be able to bless others, friends, family, our neighbors, local communities, etc. Imagine a global net of kind and generous founders living in abundance with the heart and the resources to help others. Rest assured, OnPassive is a life-changing opportunity not only for our founders, but by its design, by its trickle-down effect, it will be a blessing for everybody in one way or another eventually. So congratulations. We're unstoppable and we are in it to win it. Now, Mr. Mufara certainly has some quotable moments, and I like what he said a couple of weeks ago. And I quote, "Catch us if you can. It's almost time for game on," unquote, which simply means we need to get fully engaged. I believe O Founders is going to be coming online in a number of days, depending on whether or not a formal event is pending. Following that, we're going to go into the initial launch activity, which transitions smoothly into the main global launch. Getting engaged will lift us up and help us to focus on others as we head right into that activity. Ultimately, compassionate action for others is our work. It's how we build the culture, the character, and the spirit of OnPassive, and how we change the world. So we can take pride in the fact that we're ultimate, complete, and unique. We're real. OnPassive does things the right way. It does not cut corners. It operates with honesty, integrity, transparency, and value. Lots and lots of value. More value than any other company on the planet. And whatever goes into or comes out of OnPassive is only going to be the best. So go ahead. Dream. Dream big. Like Mr. Mufara said a week ago, quote, "You should believe in your dreams. I believe in my dreams," unquote. And OnPassive is all about that, all about lifting humanity and bringing dreams to reality. So, for those of you that have not joined, your time is limited. If someone has invited you to become a founder, please get back with them and join that team. If not, go to onpassive.com, go to that website, or you can also click the link in the description box below. But whatever you decide to do, we wish only blessing and blessing upon you and your entire family.